However, for us, it's not the primary purpose. So whether or not it's a pandemic, whether or not concerts keeping or not, we still keep doing ministry because we have a conviction, a call, and a purpose to do it. And here, to answer your question, the best decision I made was to follow Christ.
Bless the name of the Lord. Blessing, bro. So my next question is, I see there's a trend in terms of your albums and how you label them and how you name them. So for this album, Abnormal Decibels, for those who are not musically inclined, they're probably wondering, what is decibels? What is abnormal decibels? So tell me, bro, why you gave the album this name?
Yeah, I've been answering this question just to explain, because as you rightly said, when I just started doing music, I don't even know, God give me, let me say that. I just came up with a shout it out, listen to the big mouth. So I said, you know what, on the show, that's going to be my team, that's going to be my song, because I was louder than the average person on stage. My style of DJing was like a shout. I would be like a shout J. Like you have sing J, I would be like a shout J. I shout DJ because I have a message. And I sing with all my passion and stuff when I go on stage, and because I wanted to get the message, I wanted to feel the message. So the brand came about on the shout. So my first album was on the shout. When my second album came up, I wanted to be consistent. I like consistency. So the second album, now the same launch that you came in 2008, was louder than ever. And it definitely was loud, as you say. So many young people were going to gospel concerts and coming out for that launch. And that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to do a music that would attract young people to church. And it gets so much fight, but we're not giving up. And then in 2011, I maintained the consistency of the brand by School of Volume. So now we're saying, okay, we're still consistent with the volume. The last album, again, before this one, was Audiologist. Again, audiologist in relation to sound. Audiologist deals with hearing and the ear. So faith cometh by hearing. And this last album now, Decibels. Decibels, again, is sound. You hear sound in decibel. And I added the abnormal because I teamed up with That Journey on this project. And That Journey sent me a few rhythms, and then he sent me 1 and 2 abnormal ones. And I said, those are the ones I like. Because I like stuff that sound different. that's my personality. I like stuff that sound unique, that sound different. And when he sent me the track for Abnormal Rhythm, I said, I like this stuff. And I wrote the track for that. We preach the gospel, send a message out to Siri, Alexis. The flow was different, was unique, and the rhythm was different. And then I intentionally started looking for rhythms like that. So that's the first place where the abnormal come from. The second place why the abnormal, because of my message. While majority of the world is not singing about that, they're singing about either the bling, the material things, about the guns, about the girls, but we're singing about kingdom, and we're singing about Bible, and we're singing about the things pertaining to God. So the message is abnormal, the delivery is abnormal, the rhythms are abnormal, and of course we maintain the consistency of the decibels. So that's what the name means, Abnormal Decibels.
Okay. So, DJ Nicholas, I know you have, how many tracks is it on this album? Is it about 15?
Yeah, this album, and that's usually the amount of tracks I have, between 15 and 18. But yeah, this album has 15 tracks. Even though I recorded almost 30 tracks on this album, but at the end of the day, we decided we decided on these 15, and possibly later we'll release the rest on a mixtape or something. But yeah, this album has 15 tracks.
Okay, because I want to ask you, being a own gospel artist, I know sometimes, they tend to like one track more than another, for whatever reason it is. So for you personally, which track was probably the hardest to write? To get inspiration to really write. You probably got the rhythm, and it took some while for you to put the thought into writing. So which one?
I understand.
Right. So which one of these songs you would say was probably the most difficult and challenging to really record on?
To be honest, I don't have a problem with writing once I'm inspired. So people will send me a lot of rhythms again. But then I may just get that one rhythm as I hear it, I get a vibe and I get an inspiration and I start writing. That's almost. But once I start writing, I can write a song in a few hours. It's not a problem for me to write. So none of them were really challenging. It was just writing, as I said, several songs, almost 30 songs. And then at the end of the day, narrowing down to what 15 are we going to put forward first on this project. I thought you were going to ask me what was my favorite, but go ahead.
I get in there, bro. I'm going to get there. And I think I know as well too. But so that leads me to my next question. DJ Nicholas, which song is your favorite song on the album?
You know, I don't want to lean anybody towards liking what I like, but I would narrow down to 3, and I'll tell you why. Well, Sheila and Cover Me is one of my favorite because of the uniqueness to it. It's like track 14 on the album, or 13, something like that. But that one is not released yet because I have a pre-release up on iTunes, but the full album comes out. That is if you don't get it already. But the full album will come out the 10th, you know, which is this coming Saturday. And so Sheila and Cover Me, not normal, the one with that journey, because I like to spit rhyme and lyrics, and I went in on that one. And then I think my favorite would be Timeless with Samuel Midas, because we really went all out in the production on that song in terms of it wasn't just me and the producer. We have live musicians on it. We have a singer on it, Samuel Midas, a great, you know, minister. We have background on it. So we really went out. So I wrote that song. And I like what he was saying, and I sent it to that journey. And I was thinking dancehall, and then he sent back a reggae track. And I was shocked because I was saying, I didn't know this would sound good on reggae, and it actually sounded good. So then we just start developing the track. I sent it to my music director and bass player, Carl Gibbs. He played some bass to my drummer, Jermaine. Played some drum to my guitarist, played some guitar, sent it to some background singer, put on some nice professional background. And then I still, in the whole process, I was the one singing it. And I say, you know what? I think a real singer, like maybe a Kevin or a Jermaine or a Samuel or one of those guys who deliver this song better than me. And I said, let me reach out to Samuel, because I like how Samuel's voice sounds, and especially in reggae. And Samuel was willing and ready to do it. And I think he executed it good. I think he did a great job with it. You know, and that's how that song came about, Timeless. And my hope is that this song will reach places that even some of the hardcore songs won't reach.
Right.
Because, you know, sometimes reggae has a wider reach than hardcore.
Right, definitely. And because of that, I just want to play the song, just a part of it, so the listeners can listen to the words of this song. Jim Radical, big up yourself.
My God.
So this one is Timeless, track 7 on the album. DJ Nicholas featuring Samuel Midas.
I try my best, find I rest to please the most I use when my mind is life to the lifeless. Love timeless, I don't deserve it, yet you show kindness. And I try my best, your highness, to please the most I use when my mind is life to the lifeless. Love timeless, show me a direction when I digress. Oh my God.
Your plan and your desire, good for every man. Your love is very strong, forgiving sins and every wrong. Not do it for me alone, did it for everyone. You take me worries, lift me burden and the heavy hand. We live 70, 80 years and that not very long. You are prepare a place for rest, for the ready ones. I believe in all your promises, everyone. Me penning and spread you in every song.
Said I try my best.
Yeah, peeps, so there you have it. That one is track 7 on the Timeless album. And guess what? I know you guys are going to go and get it. I know DJ Nicholas is going to tell us shortly where you can get it. But just before I ask you that, my brother, would you say your flow or writing style has evolved over the years? And if so, what has contributed to that change?
It's hard for you to see your changes. Like when you're looking in the mirror and putting on weight, a lot of times you don't see it, but people on the outside see it. So I say that to say, yes, my friends like Jason Mighty and my wife and people around me has said to me, yeah, you definitely, your style and your lyrics has evolved. I think I was always lyrical, but they say my style and my lyrics and flow has evolved. What I do know is as I get older, I tend to DJ not as aggressive because I'm trying to save my voice. If you understand what I'm saying. So I'm still DJing, but I don't push all that hard again. I kind of more relaxed now when I'm DJing. But then, so it gives me a little different sound as well. So it's almost like when I'm singing Divine Mathematics. If you notice, it's a little different, or not normal. It's a little different delivery than when I'm singing a hardcore song like a Back to the Owner or, you know, one of those shouting songs. So people say that. So you have been listening to me. So what you think? Because as I said, that's what my wife and my friends has been saying to me. But if that happened, of course, it would come with, you know, experience and wisdom and knowledge. The more you grow, the more your vocabulary grow, the more you grow musically in terms of your hearing as well. Yeah, things change and you become a little more diverse. So what do you think? Have you heard any growth, or you still the same vibe and you still like the vibe? What do you think?
Well, I mean, definitely. I mean, all your songs, we love the vibes, you know. But I believe that the hardcore is still there. But in terms of, you know, the flow has changed a bit, you understand? But I do believe, though, you have songs that is still hardcore, you understand? You still have songs that you sound like, you know, you did a couple years ago.
The original
sound, you understand? But I guess it's not bad either, because, I mean, you know, we are trying to reach, you know, a bigger market in some instances. And I mean, you do some songs with hip-hop artists. So in some sense, you can't be, you know, just regular. You have to, you know, sometimes just add a little flow or a little different thing just to you know, to catch that type of vibe. So I do believe that there is a little bit of change, but it's in perspective, basically.
And then the thing is, and we live in such a world we're in. I learned this story long ago. For example, if all my songs sounded the same way, you know what would happen? People would say, oh, Nicholas always sound the same way.
Right.
So you have to intentionally sometimes try and sound different and try and flow different. You know, and then if you're too different now, I rather the older style. But that's just people. You can't please people.
You can't please people.
You do what you're doing and you give it your best. Because if I'm to judge myself, as I said, my wife and friends say, yeah, you have grown. And I believe I've also gotten a little way clearer. I believe there was a time when some people they hear what I'm saying. Now I think they hear every word and I'm DJing, no matter how fast I'm going. If somebody can't hear me now, it's just because they don't want to hear.
They don't.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So this is my next question, DJ Nicholas. In terms of this album now, when will this album be released? You said there's a pre-release. When will it be released, and where can the listeners get this album when it is released?
Well, it's presently available on iTunes for pre-order. So anybody with iPhone or iTunes account, they can pre-order it. And that helps me as well, because the more pre-order, the better chance I have at charting.
Right.
So I have it on iTunes, pre-order, but it will be available July 10th on all major streaming platforms, the Amazon, whatever you listen to, you know, Spotify, whatever. It will be available on all of them. And then I'll have physical CDs as well, available in the US through my website, and I'm sending down a copy to Jamaica as well. So if you're in Jamaica, I'll also announce where you can get a copy of the album, because Jamaica is my foundation. I can't leave it out, you know. So I had to send some to Jamaica as well. Yeah, man. So you talk about your website. What's your website name, so we can tell the listeners? My website is DJNICHOLAS.net. And I'm also happy you asked that, because I actually have a live album launch, which will be Saturday, July 10th at 10 p.m. CT, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so once you're up, you don't go sleep before that, you can watch a launch live. It's just 1 hour, so quick and to the point. I have 2 featured artists on it as well. And if I don't want to add any confusion, so go to the same DJNICHOLAS.net or go to Love FM. It will be live on Love FM and their Facebook and YouTube, and it will be live on DJNICHOLAS.net. So once you go to DJNICHOLAS.net, you will see a link to the YouTube if you want to watch it on YouTube, and a link to the Facebook. So again, Love FM and Love FM social media, and on their radio, and on DJNICHOLAS.net. July 10th, 10 p.m. So that's Saturday coming, guys. Saturday 10th. Yes. July the 10th. You can't afford to miss it. And you said that, you know, over the years, you know, your music has been inspirational to a lot of people. But just tell me now, if there's somebody who may want some amount of encouragement, and, you know,
what it is like when you're encouraging somebody, because I know sometimes from time to time you normally encourage, you know, people when they're going through their situation. So what it is that you would probably tell somebody, you know, that from this album you can get this album because it will encourage you in this way? What is it that you would tell, you know, persuade somebody to say, hey, pick up this album?
This album, this album, as I said, I like variety, so it does have several type of genres on it. But some of the main messages on this album are, for example, the one you just introduced, Timeless, which is basically saying, you know, I'm trying my best, you know, to please the Most High. That's where my mind is. Life to the lifeless, your love timeless. Show me a direction when I digress. So it's just encouraging you to say, listen, man, I'm just trying my best to please God, and I can't forget that the love of God abounds forever. His mercy endured forever. The love of God is timeless. And I have songs on it, for example, Mercy. Mercy rewrote my story. You know, it's just reminding people about the mercies of God. You know, whenever I'm feeling lonely, as Father God told me, God, I give you the glory. Mercy rewrote my story. And then I intentionally put a song on it called Reroute at the end of it. Reroute is basically saying if you make a wrong turn or if you made a wrong turn, reroute. And you know what I'm saying? Reroute right back to God. Because through this pandemic and even before, a lot of people lost faith. You know, a lot of Christians, they give up hope for whatever reason. But now is not the time to lose faith or give up hope. Now is the time to hold on tighter to God. Now is the test of the faith. It's like you're good in your marriage, and then as soon as trouble comes, you give up. No. How are you going to know you have a good and strong marriage is when the trials come, when the failures come, when the disappointment come, when the challenges come, and you still stand firm. That's what helps you to have a solid marriage. It's the same thing with Christianity. Christianity is not going to always be an easy, nice, smooth road and everything. Oh, yes, I just love Christianity. You know, of course you're going to have challenges. Of course, sometimes you're going to question God. Of course, sometimes, you know, you're going to be faced with sickness or whatever like everyone else. And if not you, maybe a family member. And sometimes that discourages and disappoints a lot of people. But remember that in Him we live, move, and have our being. And we wouldn't even exist without God. And God gave us His word. He gave us His Son, Jesus Christ. And it's for us to just continue holding on to God. And as the Bible says in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5, trust in Him with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding. Acknowledge Him in all our ways, that He may direct our path. So now is the time to hold on to God more. Don't be deceived by what you say happening around you, about all the other religions, about all the other theories about God. Know that everything in this world was created. And if it was created, we have a creator. And the creator revealed Himself to us through His Son, Jesus Christ, upon the cross of Calvary, giving us that opportunity to build back a relationship with Him as our Heavenly Father.
Wonderful, brother. Wonderful, wonderful. I see you have on a shirt. I'm trying to read what it says. He is my refuge and fortress, my God, in whom I trust. So is it you who, you know, architect that shirt there? Is it you who designed it? Tell me about the shirt. Where can people get these shirts?
Again, DJNICHOLAS.net. It's a part of my brand, Bible Addict Apparel. And Bible Addict Apparel has several purposes, and one is just encouraging people to become Bible addicts. You know, I've read through the New Testament so many times. I've read through the entire Bible, and I'm still reading. And of course, I need to read more like everyone else. But I am just here to encourage others to say, listen, addiction is good if it's a godly addiction. So Amen. If you want to have an addiction, become a Bible addict, prayer addict, Bible addict. So that's what the brand is about. Just encouraging people to read the Word of God. And this, I believe, Psalms 91 verse 2 is a very powerful scripture. So Definitely. I decided to print it on some. And it's so I have the Bible addict, and then the original collection with just the BA on it. And then I have the Psalms 91 collection with Psalms 91. So yeah, God inspired me to do it. It's my baby, my product, my brand. And we also have sweaters and hats. And if you want more to learn more about it again, go to DJNICHOLAS.net and just scroll through the different tabs, and you'll also see Bible Addict Apparel. The two sites are actually intertwined.
Okay, wonderful. So this is my last question, DJ Nicholas. You have anybody you want to shout out, you want to big up? You just give it the opportunity to just you know.
It's so hard to big up anyone. Trust me, the amount of people I know, you know. But I would big up all the ministers out there, you know, the music ministers. And I heard you big up Jim Radical earlier. Big up Jim Radical, you know, and all the ministers, especially the more radical ministers, because I think we have such a big challenge. As I said, a lot of especially the traditional church, meaning, you know, the earlier church and the more mature folks have a problem with our ministry because they don't understand it, or to them it sounds too worldly. While a lot of unsaved, some of them don't like our ministry because the lyrics is too churchy. So, you know, they're more like the grace, like the old, I don't want to call it name, but like the older type of gospel and that type of stuff. But my friend and I were saying that if they like it so much, then how come they are not saved? So that means it's more about an emotional thing. So we produce music and we do a ministry, you know, reaching people who maybe the regular worship song may not reach as easily. Because of course we love the worship song. Of course we love the Forerunners. You know, all the Sandra Brooks, the Grace Chillers, all of them, they're doing great music and I've done great music. But I believe we are reaching a people that may not necessarily pay attention to that. I remember one time somebody said to me, they don't like listening to my songs. And they said, this is the reason why it convicts them. So imagine that. So they didn't like, so sometimes people don't even like listening to a song, they don't even realize why. It's because it's challenging them. It's because they're surprised to hear somebody that can DJ or sing or whatever we do as gospel ministers. We sound just as good as the world. Our lyrics are just as good. We rhythm sound just as modern and as unique, but our message is totally different, and they can't understand that. They think, why we never sing secular and done? But we weren't called to sing secular. You know, God gave us a mandate, He gave us a mission, and He gave us a talent. And I so wish sometimes I say, God, why I have to do this type of music? I wish I could just do the safe music, meaning, you know, I wish I was a regular singer and could just write some nice worship song, but I can't sing to save my life. And that's why I have so many collaborations with singers, because they can sing. You know, so I will write the song sometimes, or they'll write it, and I'll do my DJing, and at the end of the day, it's effective. A lot of young people, and I believe, you know, consistency is key. I think if I have one drawback is I think sometimes I take too long to put out products. But by the grace of God, that is changing. You know, I'm trying to put out an album more often now. My goal is, God's willing, every 2 years. Okay. You know, God has given me opportunity to start buying my own video equipment, have a home studio. So God is positioning myself where I'm able to do albums and records and videos a lot quicker and more affordable than before, because a lot of time that's a challenge. Gospel artists are not able to afford, because it's not like I go to somebody to do a video, they're going to charge me less because it's a gospel video, you know? Some people will, but not all. You get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And it's not like when I'm buying equipment or I'm getting a song, you know, produced or mixed, oh, you're getting the gospel price. As I said, some do, and I thank God for them, but not all. For most people, a price is just a price. So it's like our output in terms of how much we can get for doing what we do is way less, but our expense is almost the same. So it's really hard. I found that the best route to go is start investing in my own equipment, studio and video equipment, and by the grace of God, you know, I've been doing it.
Yeah, man, because the truth about it, you know, DJ Nicholas, is people don't understand, you know, they see the product, but
they
in terms of the work,
they don't have no idea.
You understand? In terms of the sacrifices.
Work and time and money it takes. People have no idea. They have no idea.
Yeah. So, trust me, tremendous interview, DJ Nicholas. I know you had asked for you gave the question was given. I don't see anybody responding, so I'm wondering if we can tailor the question to perhaps say if they can name 10 tracks that you did through, you know, your entire career for us to give them the album, because I don't really see much persons answering. I want to give away, you know, the
What was
album.
the question? Ask something simple. Ask something. What was the question?
So it was to name one song from each of your albums that you had.
Yeah. if it was a true fan, they would know. But for the average public, maybe you should just ask them something simple, like name 5 songs that I've done, or 4 songs, or whatever. Just something a little easier to answer.
So I believe we would have a winner based on that new question that was released. So guys, I'm seeing Louise, Auntie Louise, you are the winner of that prize. And trust me, DJ Nicholas, I just want to tell you thanks for being a part of the show. I mean, this just is basically like a year and a couple months. I've actually been a gospel DJ, Disc Jock, and this is actually my first live interview with an artist. So I'm so happy
I think you did a good job. Are you doing a good job?
Respect, my brother. So trust me, it was really a pleasure having you here, and I want to big up as well that journey.
Yes, definitely. Big up Journey.
Yeah, man. He is such a humble person. I got the chance to meet him the other day. Such a humble person. And I just want to encourage you, DJ Nicholas, continue doing what you're doing. Continue doing what you're doing. Don't let anybody whisper in your ears or try to distract you from your purpose, because you're walking in your purpose. Hence the reason why you have such a big following, not just for entertainment, but of course because of the ministry and the word that you have. One of the things I admire about you, bro, is that your word is not that you just get up and just write a song and you just a rhyme pan a rhythm. You have the word of God entwined in it. You understand? And some of these gospel artists, unfortunately, you don't find that, But I guess it comes with maturity as well. And, trust me, bro, it's like you are a ministering pastor through music. So, I just want to encourage you, my brother. Don't give up. Continue doing what you're doing. We're here to support you. We're here to play your music. You understand? I know DJ Robert is such a humble person as well. We thank God for him. And, we just want to promote you. We just wish for you and your family. Want to big up your wife as well for making things happen, happening in this way. So I want to big up Mrs. Ecklinston for making this possible. And big up your daughter and your son, Malachi. So, DJ Nicholas, I know it's July the 4th. I don't know how your wife got it to be a part of the show on July the 4th, because I didn't even remember that it's July the 4th, a holiday for you.
Yeah, that's okay, man. That's okay.
It shows your humbleness, and I know God is going to bless you. And, just have a wonderful rest of the day and big up. And people, trust me, you need to get the album. So wherever you are in the world.
DJNICHOLAS.net.
DJNICHOLAS.net. That is where you can get the album. So my bro, big up again and blessings. See you again.
Blessings, bro. I pray God continue to enlarge your territory and continue to use you as a minister on your platform. God bless you, bro.
Blessings. Lord.
This is no carnal dance.
So guys, this is a new track from DJ Nicholas. Dance off.
Abnormal.
So peeps, you ready for dance now?
Use it, praise God, salvation, and no chance thing. Some of them are like Saul daughter.
Peeps, you ready for dance?
David dancing loud. Dance the way you want.
Calm down.
This is no carnal dance.
Settle.
Nor formal dance. It's an abnormal dance. Abnormal.
So I want to big up as well Odin Hunter.
Salvation and no chance thing. Some of them are like Saul.
Odin make this possible as well. Odin, big up yourself. Big up your wife for me.
Dance the way you want.
Come on, peeps. Ready for dance now?
You know.
From what God did for you. Don't make them tell you where you can.
Let them talk.
Come on, peeps. Let's go dance.
You know.
In the party start, party crowd like the sea we're party now. Praise the one who blow breath and start there. If you step on me shoes, me laugh it off. No smoke not about me now figure. No look funny me now feel off. David still we are one with autograph like fireworks.
Wanna big up the Jermaine.
Use music and launch.
Campbell Searle.
For the cast and RBR film words renew mind.
Pastor Rose.
Telling me I show that.
Hey Pastor Rose, remember some of them concerts that we used to go, bro? Do we and remember them concert there?
Yeah, that's how we dirty mind and naughty.
Jody Wagwan.
No.
That's the way you want to. No matter how you know from what God did
So peeps, you see that song here?
Mal dance is a abnormal dance.
It's a pre-release version I listen to right now, you know.
Build some dance move, use it, praise God, salvation.
That's why you have to get the album. Abnormal Decibels.
Criticize David dancing loud.
That's the way you want to. No matter argue.
You know.
From you know what God did for you. Don't make them tell you where you can't.
Let them talk.
That's how you want to. You know what he brought you through. That's the way you want to. No matter how.
I say, no watch no face, man. Just dance with the Lord.
What God did for you. Don't make them tell you where you can't.
Let them talk.
That's how you want to.
You know.
You know what God brought you through.
Drop the beat, me start it off. When Christ come in, the party start. Party crowd like the sea, we're party now. Praise the one, blow breath and start the off. If you step on me shoes, me laugh it off. No smoke, not about me, now pick off. No look funny, me now feel off. David still we are one, we autograph. Like fireworks, we launch it off. Like now I use music and launch the off. Christ went to the cross and our behalf. Him words, renew mind and soft now. Enemy a show that the dart is off. Enemy a show that the dart is off. Dance off, bro, look and hearty hard. Dance how we dirty mind and hearty off.
That's the way you want to. No matter argue.
You know.
From you know what God did for you.
So this one is DJ Nicholas featuring Jason Mighty.
That's how you want